How to earn a million just working from home. Wanna know? Please watch this. Hi everyone, this is again Maverick, and today I would like to share my story about how I made a million just working from home, especially this times during the quarantine season, ECQ, GCQ, and quarantine in regards with the COVID-19 situation right now. But to start it off, everyone is really affected due to the pandemic. Jobs are being compromised, opportunity is being taken, walang makain, walang magawa, at kailangan nating gumawa ng paraan to make sure that together with our families, we are going to be healthy and then we are safe from any sickness, especially ngayon, pag na-hospital tayo, mahirap na, magiging positive agad. So today, probably I would like to share my best practices on how I am working from home efficiently, and then probably this is gonna help you work from your own pace as well. And then the reason why I'm doing this is to provide some information on how to work really good from home without compromising the result, of course, from our work. So come on, hopefully you learned something today. And yeah, so tara, let's begin. The main problem for COVID-19 is that no one or nobody is prepared and no one knows what to do. So right now, everyone is affected because of that. Probably the top 1% of the population is doing fine. However, the majority of the people here in the Philippines are probably directly affected because of the pandemic 19 or COVID-19. Some businesses shifted into work from home, and then one of that is my job. So I work for Google Advertising. Then fortunately, the company offered work from home setup. So currently, I've been working for 13 months already at home here in our location in Cavite. And then so far, so good. Probably we are going to go back to our normal office. To be honest, I am not really sure if that's an option. But right now, I'm trying to maximize the opportunity working from home, especially that I have all internal access to the clients and to the tools that required. But for some reason, it really worked well on my side. So that's why I'm making this story to provide some information on how I did it. So one of the things that we need to understand here is work from home is not really different on working from the actual office or location. The only difference there is that, of course, you are uh, working with your own pace at home, but that doesn't mean that you need to relax or you need to not follow the compliance of the job that you've got. Eventually, working from home is somehow more hyper focused in regards on the results since it's highly based on how you're going to react online since that's the only thing that you have connections compared before that, of course, in you're in the office. Once you have any questions or inquiries, what you're going to do instead is just going to ask really quick, and then there will be an instant answer. Right now everything will be done via email or via messages, and eventually it requires a couple of hours, couple of minutes, or even days before you get a response. So from there, you need to think of something useful instead. Instead of waiting, why not try to do some strategy that probably could work on your side? So before that, of course, one important thing that you need to understand is working from home requires setup that really follows on your comfortability, right? So for some, working from home is good because they're living on a very quiet place. There is no neighbors, there is no interruption. But for some that lives probably on outskirts, there are very unnecessary noise that is visible with the environment. There is like vehicles outside, there is probably some interruption from random actions. So you need to look first on a solid space where you can really perform, you can really work without interruption. So that's number one. Now, second thing that we need to do is, of course, working from home requires good internet connection. Internet connection. So here are the internet provider here in the Philippines. So here in the Philippines, the max speed for the internet according to the internet is this. Wow! And the fastest internet connection in Asia is this. So Philippines, Asia, you see the difference, so that's a big problem, right? Now, once you already secure your internet connection, you need to have a backup internet plan. Aside from having a stable one, you need to have a mobile device where you're going to rely your computer and then of course your connectivity rather, right? Now, once you do that, make sure that you have a comfortable chair. Now, this chair is a rotating chair. Well, this is not really as good as what I have in the office, right? But somehow it works. So I can bend and I can swirl, right? So you're going to sit here for long hours, like every day, like 7 to 8 hours. So make sure that you're comfortable. Then finally is, of course, you need to have a good view on your device where everything is indicated. And then, so far, so good with my devices here. Now, what's more important here is setting pace of what needs to be done. So mental, we need physical strength, and then social, probably not, but we need to have a quick access on what items are required for us to be, really work really good on this one. Now, the third thing that we need to understand working from home is, so if you're working from home, trust is a big word. Why? Because trust is the determining factor of how you're going to rely on the management that you've got. So remember that working from home, you are not there physically, you're just there virtually, so there will be no direct answer to any questions. So whatever you need to do, whatever your job is, do not commit any fraudulent act. One mistake can ruin your work from home experience. So why commit mistake if you know how to do it correctly instead? All right? Now, the fourth thing that we need to realize working from home is this. Log in during your session or during your shift. Now, working from home, the good thing about that is that whenever your shift is, let's say, 9 in the evening or 9 p.m., you can simply log in 8:59 in the evening, right? So that's like 1 minute. So that from the moment you woke up, the moment you log in, the difference there is like 2 minutes time, and that's it. Probably never have anything first, and then from then, once you log in, try to settle, and then that's it. The comfortability at home is really good factor as well, because I mean, you don't need to wear something. Right now, I'm wearing this one, but I'm wearing shorts, right? Something like this. But again, working from home means you need to work with your mind, not on your looks, right? So whenever you go to your office, like on a day-to-day basis, before you go to the actual office, eventually you're going to face more threats. So when I say more threats, unnecessary cost. So you're entitled to purchase unnecessary expensive clothes. You might take out expensive foods, fast foods, and so on and so forth. So what I'm just saying here is that whenever you work from the office, the actual cost aside from going there, going back to your place is in between the costing. So from the moment we step on working from home, that's already eliminated, right? The only cost that I do got here, aside from of course, the electricity and then the internet connection, is the grocery that basically I have. Now, when I talk about grocery, this is actual food, from actual raw materials to actual cooked food, which is really better, healthy, and probably best option rather than eating fast food foods. So that's another thing that you need to consider. So another cost that is being removed, of course, working from homes, is the actual cost of going to the office. So toll gates, parking, if you're commuting, of course, that's day-to-day basis. That's also a big factor. But what's more important here is that the time that you're going to save going in and going out from the office, working from home, you are going to get more time to sleep. So resting is really good in regards with your total presence and total health, of course. And that's one thing that is really good from working from home. But of course, me as a social guy, most likely I'm really out with friends each time there's an opportunity every weekend. But for some reason, of course, it's quarantine. It's already been removed, and so we would like to make sure that we are always vigilant to avoid capturing the flu, the COVID-19. So that's why it's already been removed. So additional costs from unnecessary going out, gimmicks, nawala na yung mga ganong gastos. So again, that's another saving. Now, another thing here is my focus to my job is really high for some reason because there is no one that's talking to me here. Ako lang mag-isa. If somebody spoke to me, nakakatakot yon, hindi tao yon. No, just kidding. So that's one thing. So I'm working alone. Probably it's my best interest to work alone. But whenever I need some advice, so I tend to send messages to my superiors, to my managers. So of course, while I'm waiting for the response, I need to have a backup plan on how to get more engagement for clients. Now, since I'm working for sales, sales is a very, very tricky job because it's not just like you're going to sell and that's it. There is an art of how to sell. Now, if you master that, most likely anything you can sell. You can sell even yourself. Yeah, joke lang. So definitely once you know that and you know your 30, 60, and 90-day plan, most likely you can project your expenses and then of course your revenue or profit as working from home. So that's one thing. Now from then you'll see the difference eventually, not really quick. You will see that you're earning more probably to your third or fourth or fifth month of doing that. So that's another thing. Now, of course, working from home means that you're convenient at home. So you need to make sure that health, fitness, mental skills, and then social is balanced. Because if you're going to compromise a certain field, I mean, we need to make sure that we are balanced human being after all. So we need to think of that. Healthy mind means healthy lifestyle, means you can communicate well with good intention because after all, you're trying to make sure that your lifestyle is really, really making your life easier, if that's the term, right? And then finally, the best advice that I can share here is, of course, pray, and always make sure that you're going to pray. Because after all, everything that we are doing here is because of His will. All right? Actually, meron pa eh. Ang pangatlo, tatlong bagay lang ang iisipin nyo palagi. Una, yayaman ako. Pangalawa, yayaman ako. At pangatlo, yayaman ako. De, joke lang.